Hello guys, this is the presentation of our case study analysis. So the topic of the study is the study of quality management in construction projects. So we are from group 5 and these are our group members. The concept of quality management is to ensure efforts to achieve the required level of quality for the product which are well planned and organized. From the perspective of a construction company, quality management in construction projects should mean maintaining the quality of construction work at the required standard so as to obtain customers' satisfaction that will bring long-term competitiveness and business survival for the companies. So quality management is critically required for a construction company to sustain in current construction market, which is highly challenging and competitive. So the role of quality management for construction company is not an isolated activity, but is correlated activity with all the operational and managerial processes of the company. So total quality management, which stands for TQM, is often defined as a complete management philosophy that permeates every aspect of a company and places quality as a strategy issue. This is accomplished through an integrated effort between all levels of a company to increase customer satisfaction by continuously improving current performance. ISO certification is nowadays a trend in most industries, including construction industry. The ISO 9001 standard is now on its year 2000 revision. The clauses for its implementation are quality management system, management responsibility, resource management, product realization and measurement, analysis and improvement. The application of ISO standard has received much attention from researchers. Several tools and techniques were identified as part of the implementation process. They are benefit of cost analysis, benchmarking, flow charting, design of experiments, cost of quality audits, inspection, control charts, Pareto diagrams, statistical sampling, flow charting, and trend analysis.
Good day, I'm Syamsul. So I will be presenting the literature review. So the management commitment in quality management implementation. The total quantity management performance measure is the top management commitment. Management commitment according to the ISO 9001 to 2000, communicating about the importance of meeting customer as well as the statutory and regulatory requirements, establishing the quality policy, ensuring that quality objectives are established, conducting management reviews, and ensuring the availability of resources. So for the next is the problem in quality management implementations. For examples of hindrances for implementing TQM on construction sites is too much paperwork, transient nature of workforce, employees regards TQM is irrelevant, difficulties in measuring results, low bid, subcontracting, and subcontractors and suppliers not interested in TQM. The second one is difficulty in implementing ISO 9001 in engineering consultancies in Hong Kong. Is the lack of engineering understanding and acceptance on the system, lack of management support as well, and lack of effective communications. The third is the significant negative outcome faced by the Hong Kong contractors on ISO 9000. More paperwork, more time spent in the management, and increase of bureaucracy. Shortcoming for implementation TQM in UK is QA and the QM are not implemented on full scales. Degree of commitment is different between top management and site employees. So what are the research questions? Construction projects related questions to understand the context of quality management in a related field is that how the quality management has been practiced. Has formal quality management system been widely practiced in Malaysia? Tool and technique commonly applied? Is the philosophy of total quality management TQM adopted?
So the second research question is, to what extent the management of construction companies is perceived as committed towards quality management implementation. So the research specified towards commitment in the following two perspectives, which is first of all the leadership and participation, followed by the allocation of resources. So the third research question is, why are the problems encountered in relation to the implementations of quality management, and what are they? So the first one is actually to verify if local practitioners also face quality management implementation related issues or problems that are encountered elsewhere, and at the same time to identify other related problems that are yet to be reported. So actually, in the construction industry of Malaysia, there's a lack of article or research output. So all these three research questions are in hope to find answers to fill in the gap of understanding pertaining to quality management in the construction projects and context of Malaysia's construction industry. Therefore, the objective of this research are three of the following ones, which is first of all, practice of the quality management and also perspective of tools and techniques applied. The second one is the level of commitment of management, and the third one is actually problems in relation. And all three of these are towards the implementation of quality management in Malaysia's construction projects. So throughout all of those literature review, the objectives, and also the research question, they actually formulate a methodology by the author to identify and carry out the research, which is first of all, the in-depth semi-structured interview, which will be conducted with representatives from construction companies. And each of the interviews duration is lasted around 1.5 hours. And they are also taking references based on previous researchers on implementation and effectiveness of quality management systems in the UK construction industry, and also at the same time with concern primarily with ascertaining the perceptions and also experiences of practitioners in the industry. So the second one is the selection of sample based on convenience sampling approach. So at the early stage, all respondents are actually from personal context of author and recommendation. This is with the support from the proposal by Cooper and Slinder in 1998, where that the sampling units were conveniently available were obtained, and it is actually applicable to seek guidance, test, and gain ideas. And the last one is actually to increase the validity of study by citing criterions, which is first of all, the sample of the construction companies registered must be under the Construction Industry Development Board CIDB Malaysia. And the second one, the interviewees currently must be involved in the project management. So lastly, the profile of samples are that all organizations are actually G7, the highest standard of companies registered under CIDB Malaysia, and currently involved actively in building and infrastructure works. And all communications between the author and the involved company are established so that they know the nature and purpose of the study. So the most appropriate organization representative is assigned for this interview.
Hi, I'm Jenny, and I will explain about the practice of quality management. The ISO is a current trend in the construction industry. The companies have no choice but to have it in order not to lose out in the competition. The ISO provides systematic guidelines for the implementation of quality management, but the marketing purpose is the main consideration for obtaining ISO certification. There are some companies out there without ISO claim that they practice their own approach of quality management. The quality management system certification is mainly for fulfilling their obligation under the construction contract rather than increasing customer satisfaction. In this paper, there are studies about the quality management tools and techniques applied by construction companies. The first one, the quality management tools, is benefit cost analysis with the percentage of 25%, benchmarking 25%, flow charting 42%, designs of experiment 100%, and cost of quality 70%, quality audits 55%, inspection 100%, control charts 33%, Pareto diagram 8%, statistical sampling 42%, and trend analysis 17%, and any others mentioned tools and techniques, 58%. As we can see, there are only two fully implemented tools and techniques in these 12 construction companies, which are designs of experiment and inspection.
This case study for management commitment in quality management implementation, they have done a survey for 12 respondents. Their mainly focus in this survey are leadership and participation, and another one is allocation of resources. For leadership and participation, they are going to ask 3 questions for the survey. For the first question, are the top management communicate to the subordinate of the importance of meeting customer requirements? For the survey, they found out the top management are the most conducted in many companies as to communicate about the importance of meeting customer requirements. But mostly, they are done to avoid problems instead of achieving excellence. For the next question asked in the survey is, top management, are they leading in setting qualities policies? From the survey, they found out that the top management set qualities policies, but they are also have delegated the works to others as well. For the third question, top management conducting management review on project qualities or not? 67% of the respondents agree that their top management are conducting management reviews on project qualities, as this is part of requirement of ISO 9001. For the next part, they are asking the survey for allocation of resources. Many agree that they need to have more allocation for financial and human resources, as this is for quality management in the project. There are tables made for this survey. For the first leadership and participation, for the first question, we can find out that 75% agree that their companies communicate the importance of meeting customer requirements. For the 50% for the question 2, so we can find out that the companies only half of them are setting quality policies, while 67% of the company conduct management reviews on project qualities. For the next allocation of resources, from this table we can find out that there are similar answers for the first and second question for all the respondents. So we can conclude that if the company are seeking to have more financial resources, is also the company that seek to have more human resources as well. As here we can see 58% of the company are seeking for both resources.
From the case study, we can see that the problem in quality management in construction projects usually comes from various factors. Because of the vast amount of unclear explanation and transfer of information, management of a construction project tends to suffer from error of quality management. Source of a problem can be identified in categories, and the amount of problem affected towards the quality management is different from each other. Factor of quality management error includes communication between people when transferred information. Certain amount of details could be lost when transferred from a person to another person. Secondly is time. Lack of time when the project is coming to a deadline and the work isn't finished yet, giving stress towards staff, resulting a rushing working scenario. Third is paperwork. Sometimes construction project came with a lot of paperwork from contracts, lawyers, government, blueprint, and many more. And again, this will also cause stress to the staff, and the performance of them will drop, causing poor quality management of the project. Fourth is working ethics. We all knew that the society came with different of people. Some of them is hardworking, some is not. With the poor working ethics workers, the entire project will be dragged by them and might also simply done their job without giving extra checking upon finishing their job. Fifth is technical skill. Lack of technical skill will also cause the entire project to having a poor quality management of construction project. 6 is problem with subcontractors. Some quarrels may be broke out between subcontractors and developers due to a disagreement between each other. The last factor is cost. Lack of cost of a construction project is a huge obstacle to achieving a good quality management. Decreasing of cost will also lead to decreasing of quality of the project. From the case study, a group of 12 people from the construction company is selected to give some comments towards the quality management implementation problem encountered. The result is shown in the form of pie chart. We can see that most of them encountered problem with subcontractors, followed by problem with paperwork and lack of time. Unwillingness of project staff to accept the quality system and inadequate technical skill. Increase of cost of project, ineffective communication, and some other minor problems shown in the chart stating below 10% of agreement.
Overall, total quality management is not a common practice and ISO registration is solely done for marketing purpose only. Hence, rules and regulations for quality management should be strengthened to ensure suitable techniques are implemented and practiced in a norm basis to secure client rights. Besides, involvement of top management in construction quality management work should be encouraged to ensure sufficient financial and human resource to carry out required quality standards of specific project. Study of other quality management implementation cases are suggested to prevent similar mistakes and allows improvement through referencing of different cases.
Hello, good evening to my lecturer and my teammates. My name is Tashnat and I'm from Group 5. I would like to explain about the limitation and suggestion that can be obtained from the implementation of quality management. The limitations are small sample, low precision and lower variability of interviewee. As we see for the suggestions, there are larger sample, variant data collection mode and correlation of different study. These suggestions will help us to make a better decision than others. Thank you.